for April 23rd, 2024 in the Polk County Regional Health Building, Suite A. At this time, we would like to ask Sean Perry with Pine Forest Baptist Church to lead us in prayer.
Father God, we just come before you today. We thank you for this beautiful day that you have given to us. And I just pray right now for our community and for our county, that you would bless it and that you would pour out your blessings upon each one of us here. And I pray for wisdom and discernment for these commissioners and for all involved in this meeting, that you would just give guidance and direction, that your will be done, and that it would be a blessing to all that are involved, and also the decisions that they make for this county, Lord God, that it would be a blessing to this county as they guide and direct. We love you, Lord, and we thank you for each one that's here. And again, I just ask that where healing's needed, you bring healing. Where comfort is needed, comfort. And that just in all things, your peace would just reign over us. In Jesus' mighty and holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Madam Clerk?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you very much. Public comments? Nobody signed up? Very well, thank you, ma'am. Informational reports. First of all, I would like to say congratulations to Precinct 3 Sub Courthouse. It looks really, really nice. They had an open house, and if you have not gotten a chance to look at it, then I would suggest you go check it out. You have anything you want to add to that, Commissioner Purvis?
No, ma'am, we were just glad that the court let us do it, and we appreciate it, and it's really nice, and everybody up there enjoys it and appreciates it.
Sounds good. Okay, we have a report from the Wellness Committee, and I'm gonna go ahead and go through that. Basically, what they're trying to do is they want to create a Better Health Challenge, which will be May 6th through May 20th of 2024. And their project is called Small Steps, Big Progress, and it's an interdepartmental challenge in May, so it's a competition. For all of you competitive souls, you can get after it. Their goal is to remind everyone to get moving, because something as simple as 30 minutes of activity per day provides great benefits to overall health. The competition is simple. Beginning on May 6th, everyone is to get up and get moving. The rules are to be in the competition. You must participate each day, including the weekends, by walking or being active a minimum of 30 minutes a day. You log your active minutes on the form provided, and on May 21st, everyone will turn their logs in, and the employee from each department with the most active minutes for the duration of the competition is the winner. Departments that only have one employee, those are always the departments that have a disadvantage. Those departments will be grouped together so that they can participate as a group as well. So a copy of the flyer from the Wellness Committee is included in the packet for your review. Okay, so I know this is a boring subject, as Commissioner Willis stated, Commissioner Purvis stated. Ooh, that was a blast in the past. As Commissioner Purvis stated, but we're going to continue doing some of our workshops that are more informative workshops for everybody. For one, because that clarifies for the public why we operate the way we operate, along with our employees and ourselves. So today we're going to talk about Public Information Act and the Open Meetings Act, because those are very, very crucial acts that basically influence every decision, every piece of information that comes through this court. So the Public Information Act is a Texas statute that's codified as Chapter 552 of the Texas Government Code. And basically it says that the people of the state are entitled to full and complete information regarding the business of this entity, of the court. And so official acts that represent them must be, the information is presumed to be open to the public unless it is distinctly specified otherwise. So unless it says that it's an executive or closed meeting, then the information, all the information is supposed to be transparent and available to the public. So official business of the government body that has any authority of administrative duties or advisory duties, so emails, any kind of transactions that occur must be made available to the public at their request, or the decisions must be made while in this body altogether. So you cannot have a discussion amongst amongst the five of us that occur in a different setting that pertain to county business. So decisions cannot be made outside of the parameters of this body. The Open Meetings Act states that not only are they entitled to the information about the government action, and this is codified in Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code, but that it provides for public access to the meetings. The information must be posted publicly, and the public should be allowed and invited and actually encouraged to attend. Now, one of the things that we do is the court minutes are recorded by the county clerk's office. So the county clerk's office is the keeper of the minutes, so that the information is then posted for the public to review or to look at. You're also supposed to be able to provide that information to the public should they request it. One of the things that we've done is now we do the audio-video recording, which also makes it available immediately to the public for review. I do have to tell you, it was kind of comical when I first came on board. Everything was on cassettes. How many of you still have a cassette recorder? So, kind of defies the concept of providing information if then really it's not completely accessible. So now you can watch it on YouTube if that's what you like to do. It's available along with the minutes, because that is an effort to create the most transparency and make the information available. That's another reason that I know it sounds like we're making everybody sound stupid, but a lot of times that is why you repeat information. Like sometimes a staff member will get up and provide bids, and then we have to repeat the information because we need to make sure, you may have it in your packet up here, but we have to make sure that it is on the record. So there's some information that appears redundant because I repeat it, because that's by statute, we have to have that information available on the record. And the county clerk cannot record the information if we don't say it. And certainly the YouTube channel can't pick it up either, So the Open Meetings Act provides also that it's an offense if a member knowingly engages or has discussion with multiple members up here, or has a series of communications. And so that is one of the reasons that if we do an informational email, and we stay away from doing emails that comprise the entire court, but if there's information that we must get out to the court, or that we must get out to all elected officials, that's why there's a disclaimer on the bottom that very specifically says, please don't reply all. Because we don't need other elected officials replying all and then creating a discussion with court members. So was that fast enough for you, Mr. Purvis?
Yes, ma'am.
Good job.
Okay, item number 4, old business, and this was tabled from the last meeting. Approved to file claim with the state comptroller pursuant to Government Code Section 61.0015B for reimbursement of a portion of the juror fees paid by Polk County during the period of January 1 to March 31st, 2024. This is a recurring item that's filed quarterly by the district clerk, and it appears on the agenda in order to satisfy the statutory language stating that Commissioners Court may request reimbursement. So Bobby Christopher has been keeping up with the quarterly filings to ensure that they are submitted in a timely manner.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Purvis, Commissioner Cassidy, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 5, new business, the consent agenda. You have an addendum on B in the amount of $144,823.35. Is there anything on the consent agenda that anybody wishes to pull? Nothing to pull?
So moved.
I need a motion by Commissioner Purvis, Commissioner Dubose. Any discussion or questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 6, consider approval of personnel management system update. So a copy of the proposed update is included for your review. Our current policy does not have anything specifically addressing workplace violence, and Human Resources has requested the court address this oversight by adding the requested section.
So moved.
I'll second. Commissioner Purvis, Commissioner Robertson. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I do have to tell you on the personnel management system update as well, that we met yesterday again with TAC to review more on the policy, because we're moving forward with rewriting the policy as approved by the court. And so we will be coming with some additional changes that were brought to light yesterday by Lori with TAC. Okay, item number 7, consider request for revisions and amendments to the budget as follows. The FY 2024 budget revisions and amendments is presented by the County Auditor's Office. A copy of the proposed revisions, number 2024-11, and amendment 2024-11A is included for your review.
Approved.
Motion to approve, Commissioner
Second.
Dubose, second Commissioner Robertson. Any further discussion or question? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 8, discuss and consider approval of amended agreement with Dr. Raymond Luna, MD, for pre-employment medical screening. A copy of the proposed agreement is included for your review. Dr. Luna's office is our current provider for pre-employment medical screenings. The revised agreement specifies that we will receive results for the physical exams in the specified format within 5 business days of examining the applicant. And it lists Dr. Jeffrey Luna as the backup physician in the event that Dr. Luna should be unavailable at that time. If approved, this agreement will commence on June 24th, 2024, and remain in effect until May 30th of 2025.
Make the motion.
Motion to
Second.
approve, Commissioner Robertson, second Commissioner Cassidy. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 9, consider any and all necessary action regarding the request for memorandum of understanding between Polk County and Polk County Precinct 1 Constable for compensation of reserve deputy constable to be funded solely from Constable Precinct 1 asset forfeitures. At this time, Constable Hughes contacted us and has a request for the court to table the MOU.
I'll make the motion to table.
Motion to table, Commissioner Robertson, second Commissioner Dubose. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 10. Let me back up to item number 9. We have not heard back specifically from Constable Hughes, so we're just gonna table, but not necessarily for next time. We're gonna table until we hear back from him. Item number 10, discuss and consider request from Sheriff's Office for the replacement of handheld radios to be purchased for rural law enforcement grant, tobacco grant, and insurance replacement funds. Sheriff Lyons has requested this agenda item and has indicated the monies to pay for the replacement of the outdated radios will come from SB 22, the tobacco grant, and the insurance replacement line item. A copy of the request is included for your review.
Approved.
Motion to approve, Commissioner Dubose.
I got a question. I mean, I'm sure y'all done took care of it, Byron, but I didn't, I've had so much trouble with radios over the years, I just gotta ask. These are gonna work with the new system once we get the tower up, right?
Yes, sir.
Y'all not gonna buy them right, I mean, are y'all gonna buy them right now, and they say that they gonna work, or what?
We're gonna be buying them right now because we need handhelds bad, but they're multi-banded. Y'all will take care of the P2 compliant that we have now, but they're also ready to go into the 7-800, so they'll do both.
Okay.
They're both.
But I was just curious, cause I've been burned on this radio stuff so many times,
They'll be able to do both.
so when I get ready, I'm gonna make y'all help me get the right kind too then,
Well,
since y'all know.
Well,
actually, what the judge has done, this 7-800, the way you can set up talk groups, we'll be able to set up actual talk groups for the road and bridge. And this system, especially in precinct by precinct, should be able to talk all over.
That's what they keep telling me, but I need somebody to prove it to me.
so does Corrigan ISD.
So when y'all get these new ones, I want, y'all come holler at me, I wanna see them work.
Yes, sir.
Thank y'all.
Okay, I had a second over here. Any other questions or discussion? And don't worry, we're maneuvering the radios slowly but surely. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, item number 11. Discuss and consider any and all necessary action regarding approval to advertise requests for bids and proposals as follows. The general competitive bidding statute for counties is found in subchapter C of chapter 262 of the local government code, which is the County Purchasing Act, which requires that the purchase of one or more items that requires an expenditure of more than $50,000 go through the competitive bid process. However, there are some items that are excluded from that. Real estate is excluded for that, some professional services, and also if there's on a buy board or a group that we participate with. So the terms competitive bid and competitive proposals are usually used interchangeably. So the request for bids is used when the county can articulate the specifics or the specs or the goods or services that are easy to identify. And the request for proposals is used when specs and requirements are difficult to define. So, the county can give preference to bidders who provide health insurance to its employees and is required to give preference to bidders who use recycled products. We have multiple areas where you can look at the different information. Basically, what we want to do is we want to make sure that as we move forward, that we're following the exact specifications, especially now that we have Nicole handling that for us. So 11A, cutting and purchase of timber on tracts of land known as the William Jones Abstract 39, tracts 16-2A, 17-2A, 18-2A, 22-4, and 24-1. So Republic Services has asked to start extracting dirt from that acreage that was purchased by the county last year as part of the landfill operations. The agreement was that the money, any money from clearing, any money that's generated would go to reduce the debt. And so Commissioner Purvis brings this to the board or to Commissioner's Court to try to harvest the timber.
Just in the area where they want to start the bar pit, it'd be roughly 35, 36 acres. I ain't got exact count, but that's just kind of looking at the map.
Then let the rest just keep growing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, until timber prices get better or, you know, but right
After
now
they
they
cut
need the
that, we'll
dirt.
see how much they're gonna actually use and how many years that, before they'll wanna move into the other parts, cause some of it's already been clear cut. And we might, I'll come back to the court, and y'all tell me, you know, we might wanna try to replant some of it. If they're gonna be 25 years before they move out of this area, you know, before they anticipate the land for expanding.
Off the next timber too.
Yeah, then we, you know, if it's gonna be 25 years, then we should probably replant, and, you know, and try to get a little more income out of
Great idea.
the property instead of just letting it sit there.
agree with that.
But that's the deal, once we get it done, then they'll give us a footprint of what their bar pit's gonna be like, and then as they bar the dirt, then they'll come in, they'll start, building, when they finally move the cell over there, which will be years. But they told me they'd be able to give us a number of how long that area will last them. I figured, well, we'll cut what we need to cut now, and then whatever we need to replant, we'll try to replant.
Sounds like you got it together.
Well, I don't know about that, we try. We'll see how it works.
Okay, so a copy of the bid packet is included for your review, which was prepared by Purchasing and Procurement with guidance from Commissioner Purvis. So Commissioner Purvis, I assume that comes as a motion?
Yes, ma'am.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Cassidy. Any further questions or discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, 11B, replacement of fuel tracking system at the Maintenance Department in Road and Bridge Precinct 2 to be funded from General Fund for the Maintenance Department and from Road and Bridge Fund respectively. So the Maintenance Department needs to update their fuel tracking system, and Commissioner Dubose has stated that he would like to have this added at his precinct barn as well. So a copy of the bid packet is included for your review, and this too is prepared by Purchasing and Procurement along with the Maintenance Department. So we'll split those out, but I'm assuming it's coming as a motion from Commissioner Dubose. So let's do the Maintenance Department first, because I need to track the funding.
Right.
So the Maintenance Department, fuel tracking system, make a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Commissioner Dubose, second Commissioner Purvis, and that will come from General Fund. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, now the fuel tracking system for Precinct 2, again, comes from Commissioner Dubose.
Approved.
I need a second.
I'll second.
Commissioner Robertson, all in favor, and that funding will come from Precinct 2 General Fund. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. C, concrete pad at the Maintenance Department to be funded from Maintenance Capital Outlay Building, which is budgeted funds. Maintenance has requested to extend their concrete slab by 2,730 square feet, which is a 42 by 65 for their fueling area. This too was prepared by Nicole with specs from the Maintenance Department. Do I have a motion?
So moved, second.
Motion to approve, Commissioner Dubose, Commissioner Purvis. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, item number 12, consider approval upon conditions met, or rejection of subdivision application as follows. Acting in the capacity of Polk County Engineer, Jed Morris with GLS has reviewed the subdivision application and is recommending approval for all three. A is Grand Oaks subdivision located in Precinct 2. Commissioner Dubose.
Approved Jed's recommendation.
Motion to approve. I need a second.
Second.
Commissioner Purvis. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. 12B, Kelly Grounds subdivision located in Precinct 4. Commissioner Cassidy.
Motion to approve it.
Do we have a second? Commissioner Purvis. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. C, Creekside subdivision located in Precinct 4 as well. Commissioner Cassidy.
Motion to approve it.
Motion to approve, second Commissioner Dubose. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Motion carries. Item number 13, discuss and consider any and all necessary action regarding Nationwide Retirement Solutions. Nationwide Retirement Plan is similar to a 401K, and some of our employees are concerned that they're unable to withdraw those funds until they have separated from the county. When it was originally set up, it was based on retirement, and that was when the employee could get their money out. The court does have the option to remodel the plan in a way that would allow employees to withdraw their funds. And employees do currently have the option of borrowing from that fund, but they do not have the option of withdrawing from that fund. Commissioner Willis, Commissioner Willis, why do I keep calling you Commissioner
Have
Willis?
Make my chair sit lower, so.
Commissioner Burris, I believe you dealt with this situation.
Yes, ma'am, well, we had an employee call and say, you know, he wanted to get some of his money, and we voluntarily put this money in this program. It's not anything that says anybody has to do it or anything, the employees voluntarily put it in there. But if they ever want it back, they either gotta quit working for the county, or you have to be 73 years old. And so I'm just a believer, I mean, these are grown people, it's their money. I mean, it's not pre-taxed or anything, I mean, when they know when they take it out, that they've gotta pay the taxes on it, there's no penalty on it or anything else, it's not like a 401K or a Roth where you gotta be 59 and a half and all that. I mean, this is just like more or less a savings account, it's your money. So I say, we don't put an age limit on it at all, I mean, they're grown people. It's their money, let them do what they want to with it. I mean, we didn't tell them they had to do it, and nobody's forcing it on them, they're doing it on their own. I mean, it's just like having a savings account at the bank, as far as I'm concerned. You can come and go and get it as you want, or you can leave it alone. I don't know, that's just my opinion, y'all all know it. And if y'all, you know, like, there's a lot of employees out there, if y'all got a different opinion, y'all tell me, but I see no point why we can control what they do.
I feel like milk, it's their money.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand, but I notice here, is it supposed to be retirement or?
It's not our retirement.
Yeah.
I mean, but their retirement.
That's an
Yeah.
additional retirement funding, I assume, that they could participate in,
Okay.
so.
But-
I
but-
think we have someone here from Nationwide, do we have anyone here? No?
I don't know.
No?
She wasn't
Okay.
able to make it.
They had said that they might try to make it, so.
But we, you know, I mean, that's just they're grown folks, and they made a decision to put the money in it. I don't know why they can't make a decision to take the money out.
So it's not like our retirement account. Our retirement account where the county matches some of the funds, then they can't just take that out whenever
So it's
they.
not like a 457 or 403.
No,
No.
there's no penalties to it or anything, it's just, you put money in it, you pick your, what index fund or whatever you want it to be in and everything, it's.
So it sounds more like a savings account.
It is more
Well,
like.
it is, I mean, it's, they call it, I don't know, I mean, I just was looking at it and I didn't know any of this till I was brought, one of the employees called me and I got checking on it,
And we were contacted as well, and HR looked into it, and Carrie looked into it, we researched it, and
So if y'all got anything further, Fern,
I would-
Carrie, if y'all
I
got
would have
anything
to
further,
agree.
add.
The plan had not been updated since 1983. So, I mean, that's how long it had been since it had even been looked into. So, I agree
I
with
mean, I
it.
don't care, I just, by the, the
Yeah.
name of it, it sounds like it might.
yes, it does sound that way, but basically it's an additional
Savings.
retirement savings
Well, then,
account.
I'm with you, if it's a savings account.
So is it something that we have to change in the policy or something that's written up, or is it?
We would just instruct them that we're changing, that the court has agreed to change that criteria to where it's no longer tied to retirement. Because the other thing too is as they increase the retirement age, well then, that extends the period of time before they can get their money if they want it.
Like I say now, they either have to quit working for the county or be 73 years old before they can touch it. And like this guy said, he's in his 60s and he's got, he's been putting in it a long time. He's a long time employee, and he said, I got quite a bit of money and I'd like to do a few things, but they won't let me have my money unless I quit. He said, I don't want to quit. And I see no reason for us to make him quit to get some of his money. It's his.
Yeah, the only option they're offering him is that he can borrow from it. Well, he doesn't wanna borrow, it's his money, he just wants it.
And if he quits, he can quit today and then you can hire him back tomorrow. But then, it
But
messes
then-
up his longevity and everything. I mean, it looked to me like we stuck him in a hole. you know? Nobody knew it till now.
Yeah, unknowingly, but nevertheless. Okay,
Let's
so,
fix it then.
so that comes,
That's a motion, we just
comes
do
a
it.
motion from Commissioner Purvis. Need a second? Commissioner Cassidy. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 14, discuss and consider any and all necessary action regarding Civic Plus agenda and meeting management software. The server hosting the Commissioners Court meetings is set to reach its end of life in December 2024. The county clerk, the county judge's office, and IT department have been looking at alternative actions beyond just a simple server replacement. The current server management is handled by one individual. And so in the case of that person retiring or leaving, then we would have no options. So the agreement was to start transitioning sooner rather than later. And so the transition to a new system is estimated to take 20 to 24 weeks. So that would allow us to move the information over to Civic Plus. The county clerk has agreed with this proposal. And the outline is a one-time fee of $13,965. An annual recurring service fees of $7,500, guaranteed for 3 years. They're willing to prorate their fee since we're in between budget years right now. And for this year, and then move forward from there. Currently, Integrated Data Services charges $850 a month for this service. And so hopefully there will be some long-term cost savings with the proposed switch, in addition to functionality, because it also helps or assists in the agenda and the meeting and the minutes in terms of the clerk's office. And by statute, the county clerk is the keeper of minutes. Any questions? I'd like a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
Commissioner Robertson,
Second.
second Commissioner Dubose. Any further questions or discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 15, discuss and consider approval of Grant Administration Services Amendment 3 to the agreement between Polk County and Grant Works Incorporated for the General Land Office Buyout Program, GLO contract number 20-066-018-C125. A copy of the proposed amendment is included in your packet. This will reduce the amount of the administration fee based on the reduction in the allocation to Polk County from GLO. So from $3,330,681 to $2,737,500. The 12% administration fee will reduce from $399,681 to $328,500. So basically, the reduction in the fee is going down because the amount of money from GLO went down proportionally. I need a motion to accept the proposal.
So moved.
Commissioner Cassidy, second Commissioner Robertson. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 16, accept the FEMA Hazard Mitigation DR 4485 grant award and approve subrecipient agreement from Texas Department of Emergency Management in support of Resort Country Water Supply Company water plant improvement. Okay, on March 8th, 2022, the court approved the submission of FEMA Hazard Mitigation Grant Application, DR 4485, to the Texas Department of Emergency Management to be funded by FEMA. The application was for backup generators at multiple water supply corporations in the unincorporated areas of Polk County, and each water system was responsible for a 10% local match requirement. Each one of the water systems was awarded their funding separately, and TDEM has approved a grant award to Polk County in the amount of $188,345.70 in support of Resort Country's water improvement plant generator. And the project will be funded through the DR 4485 Hazard Mitigation Grant Program as contract number DR 4485-0026. So Resort Country Water Service will require 10% match. Is $20,927.30. So we will have completed another water supply company.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve, Commissioner Dudos.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Cassidy. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, budget workshop. Let the fun begin. Carrie, do they all have the information?
I think so, I think Becky passed it out.
What's that?
I think Becky included it in their packet, should be listing it,
In the back of the packets?
probably.
Oh, I see.
You got a calendar and the.
Oh, do you have a calendar, do you have the other? Yeah. Okay, so what we've done is we've placed a calendar in your packet so that you can kind of see how things are scheduled out for the workshops. Keep in mind that because of the statutory changes, the legislative changes that were made, then we have to approve our budget much earlier in the year than we used to approve our budget. And that's because, in the event that something should happen and the court, or not just us, but any future courts should be required or need to increase their tax rate, then they won't get caught in the timeline that was set up by the state where you would be unable to raise your taxes because of the responsibilities and the requirements for 30 days and for notifying the public, making a ballot, creating all the sequence of activities that need to happen before any future court could decide whether or not they were going to increase or change the tax rate. So what we've done so far is we have gathered all the information. I've already had meetings with almost every department. I think I have 4 left, so we're on the downhill slide. So we just wanted to give you some information to start out with. So we're gonna start with the long-range impact of our changes that we made in our longevity policy. So in 2023, we budgeted longevity for $291,500. Keep in mind that was when we first started, so we really didn't know exactly how it was all gonna work. The actual for that came in a little bit less than 20,000 less because of people that retired or moved to another different positions. So at this time, for 2024, we have budgeted longevity in the amount of $268,500. Since we're still have not finished that budget year, then we don't know what the final is going to be. And so we are projecting the longevity for 2025 to be a little over $300,000. And then our 2026 projected longevity is around $328,000. So we're having to keep in mind that that longevity, that the amount of money that we invest in longevity is going to increase slowly but steadily. Especially if once people start hitting that mark where they're getting $500 or $1,000 or $2,000 for longevity, then you have an investment in them and they have an investment in you as well. So those are our numbers that we're looking at in terms of budgeting for budgeting purposes. So at this time, we have received requests for 8 new positions at a which would add a total cost of $850,839,000. So you're looking at slightly
High
less
dollar
than,
county positions.
well, deputies.
I think I actually miscounted, I'm sorry, because I've got 10 in the sheriff's office alone, so.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, now the sheriff has more than that, but,
I was
yeah,
just gonna say
so
that.
that's 8 additional positions, plus the sheriff and the jail.
I'm gonna say,
Sorry
That
about
look
that.
better, doesn't it?
Yeah, now it looks better.
So that like,
Woo!
ain't none of my guys costing that much.
$100,000 a pop.
Yeah, a little over.
Yes, that's, the sheriff and jail got left out of that. But the number's right, the total number's right, and the amount.
The amount is correct, not the
Yes.
number of positions.
Then we have 6 reclassifications that would add a total cost of about $55,000. Then we had the requested raises ranged from 2.5% to 18%. So we went through and kind of broke it down. Our baseline, where we are today, our payroll with no changes is right under $22 million. So then what we did is we went in and kind of showed you what the reclassification, what the payrolls would be at 2.5%, 5%, 7.5%. Now, these requested raises also include, if our constables are all eligible for SB 22, then it includes them as well. So, but that's pending the statutorily required reports from the constables. So I'll just go through a couple of them, just so that for discussion purposes. So the total payroll with the requested positions and reclassifications would come out to approximately $23 million, slightly under 23. The total payroll with new positions, reclassifications, plus a 2.5% increase would come out to $23,295,840. And then with 5%, you can see going on down. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that when you take payroll money and you create new positions, then that same payroll money is not available for raises. So it's kind of a new position versus raises situation in some cases. If you go further down, then we also had some requests for increases in elected officials' salaries. With elected officials, if you all would recall, we did a 5% increase for elected officials, but at that same time, we did a 10% increase for employees. And then we turned around and did the 4% increase in discretionary raises, which did not apply to officials. So we have had some requests from elected officials for increase in elected officials' pay. So the total budget increase from FY 2023 to 2024 was almost $3 million, and the increase in budgeted personnel expenses for that was approximately $1 million. So that kind of gives you an idea of what we're facing. With regards to the requests for other supplies, keep in mind that we have had some serious inflation. So the request for increase in supplies and goods and services and everything else has been approximately 15 to 30%. Okay, we did discuss and consider requests for vehicles to be included in the enterprise fleet lease program. Those get rolled into the budget. That's no longer a capital expense, so maintenance has requested a truck replacement. They've also requested a transport van. IT has requested 3 transport vans, and then we just have some of the routine changes or that go on with, in terms of the sheriff's office and the jail. On capital purchases and capital outlay, buildings, the county clerk has requested voting equipment, and she wants computers and printers that go along with that. So we will work on that information. The OEM, the emergency management, they're requesting some deputy vehicle emergency response equipment and radios as well. The DA is requesting furniture and equipment for new staff, which is her SB 22 staff. The jail and the sheriff are both requesting body cameras, and the sheriff is requesting body and vehicle cameras. And then Ag Extension is requesting a livestock trailer as well. We also have requests, we have some requests for furniture from those offices that are moving over there. And we are going to be looking at those all at the same time, so that we don't have a mishmash of furniture occurring at the new courthouse, and so that the woods match and all that kind of stuff. And so that will probably get added later as capital projections, and that will be like the auditor, the treasurer, HR, commissioner's court, my office, grants and contracts. So a lot of the offices that will be over there will be requesting furniture, and that will probably be in capital purchases as well.
Is there a projected date when they're going to finish?
Well, that projected date is about 3 years.
Well, yeah, I know, do we have a new projected date?
I don't know, Milt, what's the projected date?
They ain't really giving us one right now.
Last time I was in there, I don't even see it taking place in the next year.
No, it's not.
Yeah, so I mean, something is off first, I don't even see it.
Well, that's what I'm
Well,
saying, that's
started.
flexible.
Yeah.
That's a moving target.
They are projecting in
26.
2025, fiscal year 2025.
Do what
At
now?
this time, they are currently projecting that it will be fiscal year 2025, so that's why we're looking at it. from
Well, I
that
doubt it.
Late 2025.
Yeah, but I figured, we'd be lucky if they do, but I
Yeah.
figured 2026 is kind of what I figured.
Well, and that's why we're saying that the furniture is a moving target. Eventually, it will be a capital outlay, but right now, it's in here depending on how we proceed from there. So, that's just the information we have gathered so far. If you have any questions, then certainly send them to me. Do not reply all. Because Lewis will get us, as he reminds us every month at department meetings, he has got his eye on all of us. He's doing his job. So, but if anyone has any questions, certainly send them to me, and we will start trying to figure this out. We did make a commitment, the court did make a commitment to try to level some of the playing field for those employees that did not benefit from SB 22. Last year, we did have a very positive response from elected officials when they just received the discretionary raise monies, so that they could decide within their department how to proceed. And it just makes sense that we would continue in that direction.
Motion to adjourn.
What time is it now?
10:49.
10:49.
I don't know who ever swapped chairs with me, they don't need to be really. I had been squatted down.